see me on the telly putting food in your belly. Come and get your £5 lamb. So here we have the lamb leg, which costs about £20 that my mother and I are about to share. So I'm just preparing the meat now. As you can see, we don't waste the blood here on the Ollie Eats London show. And what I'm about to do is pour a bit of olive oil onto the lamb and poke a bit of garlic, pierce it in and poke it through the skin into the flesh to give the meat a bit more garlic taste. Now, that's obviously down to the individual's discretion if they like garlic or not. This family loves garlic. My mum's French, and I've always liked garlic. So I'm going to do that to help the lovely leg roast. So if you're going to get a full leg, because this is half a leg, it'll probably cost around close to the 40 quid mark. So yeah, time to get the meat ready. We're going to pop it in the oven for a couple hours and just get it ready for the oven. And then the roasts are going to cook about an hour in, 45 minutes in. And it's all going to be perfectly synced up to a lovely roast lamb dinner. Hope you enjoy. So I have the garlic ready, and I'm about to poke it into the lamb. And lucky we got big budget things and a cameraman to film me do it, otherwise it wouldn't work. So as you can see, it's kind of sharper than if I would put it in a chicken. Chicken's flesh is easier, but lamb is a bit more tough. So you want to make it a bit sharper and the hole a bit longer so the garlic can get in. As you can see here, it might poke out a tiny bit, but that's all right. The most part of it's in. You're getting the flavour of the garlic. So we've got a few pieces to do, so I'm just gonna put a few holes in first, as you can see, just to make sure all the meat gets flavoured all over. So how we doing? Not so big. Nice little bit of garlic for each hole. I think it's important to bring the best out of a lamb's leg and meat in general, otherwise you're wasting the meat. So it is important to, I clean my hands obviously, and to prepare it right so you can enjoy it and it doesn't taste like a wasted, bland meat experience. So I'd say that's pretty much it now.
On the side.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. There you go. And then one more. Right, that will do. Obviously you got to season it, so I'm going to do that very quickly. We've had a little more help from the cameraman. They were kind enough to get the potatoes ready for us to roast. So now for the salt, just a little bit of sea salt on there. Got to season your meat.
I'm not sure it's falling.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
All right. So there's the pepper, bit of pepper on it. Lovely, nicely seasoned all over. And here we have some lovely rosemary. So we're going to throw that in. And what I'm going to do is flip the lamb round and remove this sachet. Don't need that. And then I'd say it's ready. The flavours are cooking from the bottom up. And it should be perfectly tender when ready. Olive oil to it and season the other side quickly. I think olive oil is important with red meat and meat in general. So yeah, just the right amount. Olive oil's healthy. It's the reason Portugal's got the second largest life expectancy in the world. And I just got a bit more garlic, so I'm going to put it on the top quickly. Before seasoning. Make a hole. It's going to be very delicious. The thought of it is making my belly rumble. Right, a bit more salt and pepper and we're good to go. So as you can see, it takes a minute to prepare the meat, 5-10 minutes. You've got to actually get it out the wrapper and season both sides, or add oil or garlic or whatever it is you've got to do. So you kind of got to make provisions to add that in the cooking itinerary, otherwise you end up with delusional time frames or late or falling behind. That's why chefs always have to coordinate it, and it's always the coordination process. So the longest thing to cook obviously goes in first. It's just common sense. Common sense prevails here. Here we are boiling the potatoes, getting them ready to roast. So luckily the kind camera lady, my mum, thank you mum, love you. Sorry mum. Basically, I'm halving these potatoes. She was kind enough to get rid of the skins for us, save some time there and energy. Lovely. And so we can get to boiling them. So very easily. We want them about the same size. So if you get bigger potatoes, try and keep it about the same because they're all going to roast later. Yeah, so we're boiling them to about the 3/4 point so that the last quarter's getting cooked when it's roasted and getting nice and golden brown, how you like roast potatoes. Now there is a roast potato that I do like, which has beef drippings on it, in a pub I go to, which is on the channel, called Toby's Carvery in Enfield, and I really like their roast potatoes. And sometimes you can get a good deal on a roast there for just over a tenner. And you can go back for more Yorkshire puddings, veg. They got a nice wide range to make all crowds happy. And here we have it, lovely jubbly. Put the stove on. So I'll put it on first because it won't make a difference. on. There you have it. Fill it so that they're all submerged. But you still want control, obviously, because you don't want it to overflow. Bit of salt, and you're good to go. You have to always add salt in with anything you put in water when you cook. Why? Because you want to get the pH levels right for the water to cook whatever vegetable or whatever it is you're cooking. So I hope that helps. And then shortly, what I'm going to do once they're boiled is get them nice and fluffy and ready to roast. So that's how easy it is to make roast potatoes for a family. I hope you like that. Enjoy.
C'est parti. Oui.
So here we have the potatoes, perfectly boiled. So what we're going to do is just get rid of the water. And they're not particularly fluffy potatoes, but what I like to do is just move them around in the sieve a bit so they can get a bit kind of a bit fluffier.
Yeah.
Before putting them in the oil that's being heated in advance so that it's close to the boil for when they get in. So now it's just about placing your potatoes. Now this is very dangerous because burning hot oil can splash. So you can use your fingers, but I think the spoon is a good way. So just line up your potatoes in the dish, ready for the boil, and there you have it. And then what you want to do is make sure they get oil on top. So we use vegetable oil. Sometimes I like it with olive oil, don't you?
Oui. I'm not sure.
Because I find it healthy and nice as well. We've got quite a few potatoes here. We're going to have to fit, not all are going to fit, but at least we're going to fill the tray. Lovely. Coming along nice. Because they still need a bit of space between them or they won't cook properly or brown properly. So we don't want to put too many in. Maybe one more, two more. Lovely, jubbly. This one fit there. I think it will. Just about. It's a bit like a potato puzzle. Trying to make them all fit. But we'll get there. Alright. This one is resisting. Nice and tidy. Bit of salt and pepper. Tiny bit of pepper. And a good bit of salt, because the salt is really what gives them that crispy edge. So I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, maybe that one's a bit thinner actually. Yeah, this one's more appropriate. So with salt, A good chef would put it in his hand first before sprinkling it on, because you're not going to dash it on the food and get it wrong and get the sack. So every potato's been nicely seasoned there, ready to roast perfectly, so that in about 40 to 45 minutes they're nice and brown. They've been cooked to the most part. They're not falling apart, it's just right. They've just got a bit of a fluffy edge because we moved them around in the sieve. Lovely. So that's how easy it is to cook roast potatoes. See you at the table. So we're just draining the water out of the green beans, ready to fry them in butter with a bit of garlic to go with the lamb and roast potatoes to have a nice complete meal. So a nice big knob of butter there. I like my green beans slightly fried, like my French man would cook them. And with that, we can have a bit of finely chopped garlic. So you want to make sure you maximize it by chopping it nice and finely. And give it some nice little flavour. And the butter's almost ready, so here's the garlic coming there. Remember how to chop to avoid chopping it things. You guys must be pretty good at chopping now. Let me know in the comments, won't you? I hope your chopping skills will improve. Don't worry, leave it. Right, now we're putting in the maybe put a touch more in. Touch more butter. A bit of salt and pepper. That's the garlic on. That's the salt, thank you. Lovely. I love salt on the green beans, just gives it a bit of edge. And now for the garlic, nice and fine. Just make it even finer quickly. Easy does it, take it easy. Once a wise man said to me, son, you can be what you want to be. Ambition strong and patience long, and with God's help, how can you go wrong? Think about it. Lovely, jubbly. Beans are looking good. Potatoes nice and ready. Lamb's pretty much bang on. Yeah, I think 5-10 more minutes for the potatoes. We're good to go. So now it's just a case of coordinating the last 5 minutes and getting it all out on the table. Cheers, guys. Hope you enjoy.